Protein damages the kidneys. We're going to talk about this myth today, along with a couple of other things. Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. You might be wondering, what are we watching here, Bob? Well, basically you're watching me walk. The interesting thing about this is that 2 years ago I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for a couple of minutes without severe pain. Now I'm out here walking every day and doing lots of other things as well. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. It means a lot to me that you spend just a few moments of your day with me. I would like you all to help me out just a little bit. Just looking here, free iris variety. Somebody dug up a bunch of irises. I don't think this is the right time of year to do that, but okay. Sorry about that. But I'd like to ask each of you to help me out just a little bit here. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob." If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. All these things are absolutely free and help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. I'm 61 years old and I'm doing things now that I couldn't do when I was 40. So it truly is never too late. Before we get into this protein myth, I do want to say I am struggling just a little bit today. For the last few days, I think it was one of the new exercises that I added, because part of getting more mobility into my knees has been trying to strengthen all the muscles around my knees. And it didn't really feel like I was doing too much when I did my exercises on Thursday. But I've spent the last 4 days struggling to walk. And of course, I had to go work and do all those things, but I must have gotten into a new section of my calf muscles that I've never hit before, because they've been really sore the last few days. They are finally better today. I'm happy to report on that. The June walking challenge is going well. Don't forget to drop down in the comments and tell me how many steps you've gotten in. Remember, every little bit helps. Because I have some people out there that are just getting started with their walking journey, and a few hundred steps is a big deal to them. And I'm thankful that they're getting those steps in. Some people are, of course, hiking trails and reporting many thousands of steps every day because they go for a trail hike. And that's great too. So drop down and let me know about your steps. But let's talk about this kidney damage thing here for just a moment, because I am forever getting comments that, oh, well, I'd love to do the carnivore diet, but I already have chronic kidney disease, so I can't do a lot of protein. Now remember, I'm just a retired truck driver. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, but if you want confirmation of what I'm telling you, Dr. Barry has many videos about this, Dr. Chafee, Professor Bart Kay, Dr. Jason Fung, who's a nephrologist. He's an actual kidney doctor. So you can go check this out for yourself. I think how this entire myth got started was because one of the first tests they do to check, hang on, loud lawn service truck. One of the first tests that they do to check your kidney function is there's a certain type of protein that leaks out of your kidneys. Because your kidney's job, basically, if you think of it as a two-way filter, everything comes into the kidneys, and stuff that it wants to get rid of, it sends it off one way. Stuff that it wants to recycle because your body needs it, it shuffles off the other way. And one of the first tests they do is a certain type of protein that's normally recycled starts to leak out into your urine. So obviously, if you're leaking protein, the protein is what caused your kidney damage, right? Well, no. Some of the biggest causes of kidney damage are the same causes. I shouldn't say cause, because, there's no scientific evidence of cause and effect, but what is believed, because we know that high blood pressure damages small vessels. We know that high concentrations of sugar damage small blood vessels. There are many things about the standard American diet that cause damage or create the situation where damage can happen. That's why diabetics, over the course of time, they lose their toes, and then it starts working up from there. But their toes are damaged. Some of them lose their eyesight, and many other body parts. And then, of course, they end up with renal failure, kidney damage. What do all these things have in common? The tiny little blood vessels that make those things go. So, if you're doing things that create damage to tiny blood vessels, the kidneys are one of those things that's going to take some of that damage. And that's what causes kidney damage. Like I said, you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just an old retired truck driver. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physiologist. I'm not any of those things. But I believe Professor K, and I believe Dr. Barry, and I believe all of the other people out there when they say it's not the protein that's damaging your kidneys. That's another one of those myths that just keeps getting perpetuated because people don't really stop to think. If the first test they do for your kidneys to see if they're functioning properly is to see if you've got this protein leaking out, obviously it's the protein that's causing it. Well, it's just not true. So I hope I've been clear enough for everyone out there that's still thinking that it's a high protein diet that damages the kidneys. Well, it's not. But don't forget to drop down in the comments, say hello, let me know what your steps were today. I'm very happy to be getting out and getting a walk in today. I did get one other quick comment. I'm going to walk down to the other corner here real quick, because I did get one other quick comment on yesterday's miniature golf tour that I wanted to address very briefly. The comment was, I bet it was much harder to do all that stuff before you found the carnivore diet. Well, the truth is I couldn't do it. I've talked about this before, but I'll address it one more time here. Something's been digging in the yard. But I'll address it one more time here. Right after my heart surgery, I wasn't really allowed to do a whole lot. So Dave, the owner at the miniature golf course, bought a very comfortable stool that I could sit on, and he had me come in. And because part of where my strength lies is just talking to customers, that's what he had me do. I went in sometimes on Friday night, sometimes on Saturday night, and just sat there and talked to customers. I was never at the course alone. He didn't feel comfortable leaving me at the course alone in the shape I was in. I mean, it was just last year that I started closing by myself again. And this year, I'm opening by myself. So, prior to Carnivore Diet, not only it wasn't just that things are easier now, the things I'm doing now, I couldn't do. I used to pay a lot of money to get people to come in and do my yard work. I'm doing many things that I could never do before. So that's just, I wanted to address that, because it's not that the Carnivore Diet has made working at the miniature golf course easier. It's made it possible. I can actually be an asset other than just sitting there talking to customers. I can actually do some things now too, as you saw in yesterday's video. I hope some of what I said today made sense. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.